What is going on, guys? Brandon over here at Geek Talk. We were back with another movie reaction video. This time it's for KGF Chapter 1, and I'm in a weird spot, man. This movie has put me in a weird place because I don't want to sit here and tell you it was a bad movie, but I cannot tell you I felt like it was a good movie. I've watched RRR, I've watched Pushpa, I've watched Vikram, I've watched Three Idiots, I've watched Toombad, I've watched Bahubali. They all have amazed me in their own unique way, but this movie, I didn't walk away feeling that amazement. This movie did enough for me to be intrigued to watch chapter 2. I definitely want to see where this story played out, but it wasn't due to the fact because of the whole movie. It was the last, act 3, part of act 2, when Rocky had to go to the slave encampment for the gold mine and lead a rebellion. And I thought it was cool, dude. And it wasn't necessarily the story that just didn't hit home for me. It was more so how this movie was edited and the pacing. This movie felt so fast. Like it felt like I was watching a trailer with how fast and upbeat. It was hard to follow at points. And I don't know if it was because the subtitles, that's one thing. And I don't want to use this as a knock for the movie, but it's been my only experience I've only had this experience with watching this movie and being on Amazon. I don't think I've watched another movie on Amazon. I might be wrong. But the dubbed version of this movie, I don't know if it was, like I said, Amazon or what, but it was real shit. I went through maybe 2, maybe 3 movies trying to find a better dubbed version, and there was just something off about it. It just felt strange. Most dubbed movies take me out of it. For something like this, where I'm dubbing it with another language out of India, it doesn't bug me too bad. But if I'm watching like Apocalypto, I don't think this is possible, but if you watch Apocalypto and you try to dub it with English, it's going to take you out of it. It just didn't work. It was like the new Prey movie. Yes, there was a Cherokee dubbed version of it, but I wish the movie was originally filmed in Cherokee. When I watched the Cherokee version, I just felt like, dude, I'm just going to watch it in English because I can tell they're talking English. But whatever. I haven't ran into a problem with dubbed versions yet, but it's good. It made me want to do more research when I go into these movies and try to find the movie in its original dialogue, the original language is spoken in, and then do English subtitles. I think that would fix I think it would make it a better viewing for, an English speaking audience, because Amazon, I don't know what the fuck you're doing. It was rough. But yes, the pacing, very fast, very quick, and at times for me hard to follow, and then other times I felt it was very sloppy with how they were doing the flashbacks to Rocky's childhood, going from this story. I mean, it felt like it was all over the place at moments. You would see a reaction from this guy over here, then it'd be a reaction in total different place, and it'd be so quick. It would be jumping through all these different things, these different people. And the jump cuts, dude. The jump cuts is probably my biggest pet peeve about this movie. I felt like they were used too much. I felt like this movie was on the editing table or whatever for far too long. The jumps, I'll even do it in this video, how it made me feel. I'll edit this video. I don't edit my videos a lot, but it was like they were flashback over here, then somebody was jumping over here, then we went, what the fuck was this? Then we went to a dance. Oh my God. And the romance. The girl, I know it was a part of the story. The romance felt a little off to me. A lot of people felt that way with Pushpa, that the romance was just unnecessary. This is how this movie made me. That's how this romance in this movie made me feel. It was just kind of, I wasn't there for it, man. I wasn't in love with it. I don't know if the characters or the actors had the chemistry, that something wasn't there. It was very odd. And this movie, once it starts taking itself seriously, because I felt like it was almost, I don't know, I just didn't feel like it had a very serious take on itself at the first act and going into the second act. But once Rocky, I almost called him Vikram, once Rocky went to the gold mine and started helping the slaves, leaving the rebellion, I really started enjoying it. That's what piqued my interest to want to check out chapter 2. It did enough. And I hope this next chapter 2 is filmed a little differently. I don't know. I hope it is, because like I said, it really took me out of it. There was times I wanted to shut it off. There was times I wanted to just bounce, but I wanted to give you guys my honest reaction, and I couldn't do that without watching the whole movie. I didn't want to judge it too soon, but that's one thing I hope they lay off on the whole jump cuts, because I thought it really affected the violence and the action in this movie, because there was a lot of brutality. And I don't know the rating for this movie, but the brutality of some of the kills, it was there, but they shied away from it with some of the jump cuts. And it was very strange. There were some very brutal kills, but I didn't get the blood. I didn't get the finishing moments. I didn't see the head flying. I didn't see, there's a scene in it that really was a very brutal scene, a scene that was very hard to watch. When the kid drops the ball and they have to, the kid starts running past this line, and then the mom starts chasing him, and you're like, oh no. Oh no, and they take out the mom, and then you're like, no, no, no. And I'm not saying they want to show it, but that's just another instance of they shied away from the brutality of what was happening. There were brutal moments, but the brutality wasn't there, if that makes any sense. Yeah, I don't want to see a kid, that happen on screen, but that's just an example of, what they did with other kills, where it was just like, dude, why not just show it? And it could have been the rating. I didn't see what kind of rating it was, but I don't know, in the States, I don't know if in India the movies are rated PG, PG-13, rated R, TVMA or whatever. But this movie should have been rated R. I don't feel like it was. I feel like they hid away from the blood. They hid away from the brutality of the action. And that kind of took me out of it. But, once this movie started taking itself serious, I really dug it. Not how it was filmed. It was filmed very quickly and very jumpy the whole time. And I hope they do a little better job with the villain, because I feel like this movie didn't give the limelight to the villain enough. The villain, I felt, was very weak. It wasn't a very imposing feeling towards the villain. He was there. We knew what KGF, Jesus. We knew what Rocky was trying to do. We knew why he was there, but we didn't get that. I don't know. I'm in a weird spot with it, man. I sound super negative, but I don't think it was a bad movie. I don't think it was a great movie. It was an okay movie, and it did enough to get me hyped and watch Chapter 2. That's fair, right? I'm in a weird spot, man. This was a very popular recommendation. People wanted to see me react to this movie. When I came out with that first RRR movie reaction video. KGF. It seems like it has a very big following, but I don't know. Maybe I'm missing something. It might be worth going to find the original dialogue and just watch it again. Give it a second viewing now that I know how it begins and how it ends, and I can maybe follow it a little more and know where it's going. That might benefit this movie for me. But yeah, that's how I feel about KGF. It was meh. I can't give it more than that, because I feel like I'd be lying to you. But yeah, if you like this video, please leave a comment down below. Let me know what you think in the comments. And if you're interested in future content, please subscribe. Like always, guys, love yourself. Try to love everybody. Deuces.